Peace, love, and balance, everybody. Peace, love, and balance. It's your girl, the Copper Queen, back. Y'all, I'm outside chilling today. So if you haven't been to this platform before, I am Isha, the goddess of wisdom, also known as Goddess on the Rise, the Copper Queen, the Flower Hootie Queen, bringing the second energy change 222, y'all. And today, hold on, I told y'all I'm about to start getting high on the mic, okay? I got this new cup, because I'm a tea drinker, y'all. And look, it says high tea. And then it has a space right here where I can literally get lit. All right. And I'm going to do that. Okay. I'm going to do that. But so I can drink tea and smoke weed, which is what I love to do. All right. This is what I love to do. All right. So what I'm going to be talking about today is some stuff that I've been posting about for a while. Starting off with the witch of Endor in the Bible. All right. Let me put my tablet up. Yeah. I didn't even study for this. Yeah. I'm a perfectionist. And I like to just really take the time out to really put more emphasis on things before I even present it, okay? Even if I know it already, I never get cocky and be like, oh, I don't need to study. But I still, sometimes like today I have a day where you know what, forget it. You know what you're talking about. You can trust your intuition and trust yourself that you can flow with this, and you got all your stuff in front of you. So before I start, let me ring my bell, okay? Earth, air, fire, water, spirit. So universe, most high, higher self, and spirit guides of balance, light, ancestors known and unknown, please come into this space and provide protection over us, enlightenment over us, and love and balance. Hotel in Islam. So look, y'all, I gotta make sure I say that when I start off, because I'm gonna be honest, y'all, I haven't been on here in a while and done these type of topics for a minute, because I've been under spiritual attacks, y'all. I've been under spiritual attacks. I'm a witch, so it's gonna happen all the time, because I am always spreading peace, love, and light, and shining bright, okay? Because I'm balanced, all right? And they don't want that, okay? This is spiritual warfare. I be telling y'all about that. And that's why if you're not a Tennessee resident, here in Nashville, Tennessee, we just had that shooting that has been getting turned up, okay? About the church shooting, this church school shooting. Just stop thinking these places that are being picked for assassinations is a coincidence, because it's not. None of this stuff is a coincidence. They always gonna make a statement with the church tied to it. So if you're not following me, hold on, let's go to this stuff right now. Y'all, this is me not studying or nothing. I'm about to freestyle this whole thing, okay? This is gonna be some oracle talk for y'all today. I haven't been on here in a minute. So we're gonna get back to the witch in Endor in the Bible, but I want to hit on this real quick. So this case is it's still a new case, because that's what they do, y'all. That's something. Why does it take them so long to solve these cases that are clearly evidence is there, and they show us this show on the news for years that they still prosecute this person? It's a show. Let's ring the bell on that. It's a show. They actors. Their media is false. She ain't prosecuted. It's possible that this stuff ain't even really happened. But they just manipulating your mind in a way that I'm going to tell you about. So look, this woman is called Lori Vallows, okay? Miss Lori Vallows. It's light out here, so if you can't see it too well, you have to go on my page, which is at Flower Hootie Queen on Instagram. That's the only place I really heavily post this type of stuff. Flower Hootie Queen. That's Goddess on the Rise on Instagram, all right? So look, it says the doomsday cult mom allegedly murdered her children after believing the second coming of Christ was imminent, and her children were zombies. Wowzers, okay? So look, let's get into that. This happened, I think, back in 2020, and they still seeming to be prosecuting her, and she hasn't got charged with anything. But we know, at least me, in my city, we've had accidental shooting. We had an accidental shooting with a father that was on, I think, some type of probation and parole at the time, and he actually shot his daughter thinking somebody was coming in after him and forgot his daughter was in the house, or whatever the case may have been. It's a while ago now, and he's in prison right now for that. And it was an accident. He literally did not mean to shoot his daughter, and they knew it. But guess what? He's a melanated man, and they locked him up. And for one, he's a melanated, non-nationalized man. We're gonna get on to that too. Not nationalized, status change in the system, status correction. Let's ring the bell. By the way, if you want to get nationalized, you need to come see me. All right. So status change. Status change means if your status ain't changed, you're a slave, and they can do whatever they want to you, whatever they want. That's what you signed your rights over to. That's the whole U.S. system. Stop thinking it's not. You have no rights. as a U.S. citizen. That's a lie. If we had rights, the stuff that's been happening, that they keep playing this show for us, playing with our emotions, do the same routine. We just ride, never really do anything. We just ride, hold up our signs, demand justice, and then they do this one little thing and the stuff keeps happening again because we're stuck in a cycle. You're stuck in a cycle. Ain't nothing changing around here. Ain't nothing. Yeah, it is, but not in the way you think it is. Voting ain't doing stuff, and I don't care about what people got to say about it, okay? I'm on a whole nother level. I'm talking about being outside of the U.S., not keep on trying to work within the U.S. No, I'm talking about independence, nationalization. It's time for that. Why are we playing about this stuff? Why are we still playing about nationalization? Why are we still trying to make it work with their effed up system that has slaughtered us, that has murdered us, that has done everything? Forced vaccines, forcing your kids to go to school. What the freak? When have we had enough of their witchcraft? Okay? When have we had enough of their fucking spell with the U.S.? When the freak have we got enough of that crap? And they let Dylan Roof shoot up that church and he got off? Where the freak are we still asking to be treated right by them? That's what I'm talking about. And you have a way to freedom, but you don't want it. So you against us by default. I don't care what you got to say about it. If you ain't nationalized and wanting to get nationalized and you keep on trying to fight for rights in the U.S., you against us automatically. Because we ain't fighting to be with the U.S. We fighting to get out the U.S. and be done with them and build our own empires. Okay? That's what this is about. We ain't asking no more. Full independence is what we talking about. Full independence. Let me tell y'all about this. And I'm going to tell you right now, this is spiritual warfare. If you don't practice any kind of witchcraft, you're crazy. You're crazy. I don't care how many people think it's funny. I had a dude joking on me the other day. He saw me in my hat and everything. Gonna be like, you know the Wizard of Oz ain't real, right? And I'm like, okay. I know technically the story that they put on the movies ain't real. But I know the hidden symbolism in that movie is for real. It's witchcraft in the whole goddamn movie. In the movie, Glenda pretty much made it snow, right? How did she make it snow? As a witch. I'm the Glenda, the witch of the north. The white witch. The good witch, as they say, right? Which, by the way, this woman probably definitely identifies as a good witch. They ain't gonna put that on there, though. And she sure did good witch kill her babies. She killed her babies. And I think she killed her husband's ex-wife, too. And blamed it on Jesus, okay? That's what y'all need to know who y'all working with. Some of y'all married to some of these crazy women. Or men, because males are witches. So when you see these random killings and stuff, I bet you it's tied to some witchcraft. Somebody was meddling with something. Even conjuring the wrong spirit, y'all. You can conjure the wrong spirit and they take over your body and then you kill your wife or your husband. That's the spiritual warfare we in right now. You cannot be playing around with magic at all. You got to know what you're doing. Your body can be taken advantage of and used to do harm. They showed us that in that show Supernatural with Deacon and them. What do y'all think they keep showing us these movies for? And these television shows where witchcraft is really starting to pick up. And let's just talk about this. How can we keep pretending like we don't know what they doing with these lullabies? They control us with the media and we've been knowing that. They control us with the media. That's why somebody thought I was crazy. I don't watch TV. I don't got Netflix. I watch YouTube. That's the real news. I watch YouTube quicker than anything. I'm not watching the news. I hear enough, listen to the radio sometimes. And then social media will put everything on there. So it's not like I can ever miss anything anyway for the most part. Because somebody going to post it on social media. And I'm one of them people. Because I'm telling you what's really going on. Alright? So look, she done killed her babies. And let me tell y'all about this animal species things. Y'all right? We are a species. Okay? And we have animalistic tendencies. Because all of us have been an animal at one point in our life. More than one time. You have been an animal in another life. Because animals are still spirits. They're and this is their shell they had to be in this lifetime. Whether they're ant, whether they're fly, whether they're bee. So you could have been an ant one of them days. You done been an ant before. You don't know. That's why y'all need to start doing readings with me about the animal totem. So I can tell y'all the spiritual meaning of animal totems. And why you even had to be that animal in a lifetime. I already know I was a raven. I was a wolf. I was a raven. And I was a cat. And I was an owl. And I'm pretty sure I was a snake and a turtle. I know 6 of my animal placements that I done been in a lifetime. I can tell. because I have and a Black Panther, because I'm too in tune with the animal on some spiritual things about the animal. If you study true animals and their nature, you'll see what you're about. So certain animals, like this woman, believe in eating their child, believe in eating their husbands, and feeding they babies to they daddy, or eating they baby all together and killing them. That's our animal nature. So y'all see, okay, so I'm gonna get to this. Y'all see how right now, with all these laws they passing for identity, orientation, what you want to be identified by, he, them, she, all that stuff, right? Now they getting a name for everybody. They got something for pedophiles now that's legal in California. So if you have, it's called youth attractiveness. Oh, wait, let me pull my knife up. It's called youth attractiveness. I'm so glad I don't have any children right now, because I promise you I will go to jail if you touch my baby. I'm crazy. I don't have any children, but touch my baby inappropriate, especially because of what the freak I done been through, and I done break these generational curses. Your neck getting sliced wide open. I'm not calling the cops. I'm not calling the cops. This stuff getting sick. It's sick out here what they doing. It's sick out here. Ooh, y'all. It's crazy, and I do not like this stuff. So now they got youth attractiveness. They calling it that. So with this woman that killed her babies and her husband, she is a black widow. Because a black widow spider will eat her husband, bite his freaking head off. Then she'll shell him up after she had babies. She may even, that's another thing, she'll lay her babies in his freaking head. And her children, when they hatch, they feast off him, they father's body. That's a black widow. I do not identify as a black widow. But it's a powerful spider. It's a very powerful spider. It's called the black widow. And why did they call it the black widow? Why did they do that? Why does it got to be a black widow? Now, it is black, and the back is red, right? The back, if you ever seen a black widow, the back of it is red. What's red? It's the root chakra. It's the grounding chakra. It's also about passion and love. So, and if you didn't know, spiders are symbolism of creation. They're creators. Spiders can literally build a web. It's a piece of art. They're artists. So if somebody does identify as a black widow and she decides to kill her husband, her baby, she's acting in her nature. Those are the laws we going back to, y'all. That's what this is all about. Y'all want to be in the animal nature and stuff. Do you realize some freaked up things the animals do? And are you about that life? So in that case, y'all need to be getting in tune with y'all animal spirits. I am. But none of my animal spirits do those things. The wolf and all that, they are team players. They don't eat each other. They'll eat somebody over you. Okay? You got to know what you're doing. And as you tap into that spirit animal, you truly become that. And you're going to need that energy right now. They just had another shooting in Louisville, Kentucky right now at the bank. And what happened with these bank crashes? Y'all better wake the freak up. Y'all better wake the freak up. It's over. The U.S. is done. 3 people done dropped the U.S. currency. The dollar don't mean a goddamn thing, and it never really did. You got to get silver, gold, copper, land, seeds. Learn how to do something. We're going back to bartering. You're going to have to barter for things. So if you got a neighbor that y'all can swap seeds or swap vegetables, that's why I got my garden started. Yeah, it's not a game. It's dark out here, man. Look, it's dark out here, and she probably gonna get off. It's taking too long. Why they taking too long to charge her? But we know, we done seen the time again. Let it be an accident. It don't even matter. You're going to jail. They might give you the death penalty. So let's talk about, okay, the witch in Dior. Now look, this is in First Samuel chapter 28. Chapter 28. The whole book of Samuel. All this stuff is posted on my page. Like I said, it's light out here. But I want to pull this up because I'm going to read this. And these verses that I'm reading to y'all, I'm going to post them. Y'all keep making fun of witches and stuff, and y'all think it's funny? And y'all don't think people activating with all these spiritual awakenings that's been happening since 2020? People been going through all kinds of spiritual awakenings, and y'all still think it's a game, and you're not tapping into your spiritual practices so you can crack your Akashic records and remember who you was in a past life. That's happening. So let's go to this. First Samuel, all right? This is in the Old Testament. And yes, I do use the Old Testament. We're not going to skip over this Old Testament. We just not, all right? So, hold on real quick. Look, I put the page too hard, y'all. This wind is blowing just a little bit, and I lost the page that quick. All right. So chapter 28, it says right here. Now this is talking about David right here trying to speak to somebody, speak to Samuel when he passed away. All right, he couldn't. So hold on, let me read this. It got, now Samuel was dead, and all of Israel had lamented him and buried him in Ramah, even in his own city. And Saul had put away those that had familiar spirits. All right. So you see that? Saul sent all the witches and wizards away. He was done with them. He was like, he didn't want to have nothing to do with them. And this is still pretty much the beginning of the Salem witch trials, when they started killing witches and wizards. All right. So it said, Saul had put away those that had familiar spirits and the wizards out of the land. They kicked the witches and wizards out the land. We was not even allowed. You could get killed. You can get killed for identifying as a witch, and you still can now. They got people locked up right now for that stuff. Very powerful magicians. And they're not going to tell you about this kind of stuff. People that can predict the weather. I seen a video with this dude. He was predicting the water with his hands and his energy, and the water started moving. That stuff been happening now. That's why y'all need to go outside. That's why I'm doing this live outside. Go outside, sit under the sun, go in the woods. I do all the time. Climb some trees and get in tune with your animal energy. Because it's about that life now. It's crazy out here. Make sure you pick a divine animal. Make sure you know if you want to be that animal, because you will become it. All right? So I got right here. And the Philistines gathered themselves together and came and pitched in Shunem. And Saul gathered all Israel together, and they pitched to Gilboa. Some of these words I ain't gonna be able to pronounce, so the verse is gonna be listed, so you can go back and read it for yourself. So I got right here. And when Saul saw that the host of Philistines, he was afraid, and his heart greatly trembled. And when Saul equipped of the Lord answered him not. So he equipped of the Lord, which means he tried to do a ritual, shadow work and stuff. And but he tried to attempt to speak to spirit, and the Lord would not answer him. He couldn't reach out. So that's another thing. When you're doing either graveyard work or ancestors, which I be telling y'all about that, because I do all the time. You got to be a divine person for them to answer you. I talk to my ancestors all the time. They answer me. This is about that telepathic energy too. So that's another thing. Real talk. You need to know how to talk to your ancestors and tap into the other side. And know how to get a visit for them in your dreams and stuff too. I do that too. I'll be like, please come. I'll tell them, I need to talk to you. Come to me in my dreams. And I have a whole alignment in my dreams. Y'all gotta, the dream world is the real world. Stop playing. So look, he was trying, he said, and let me tell y'all, he said right here, I'm gonna start over. And when Saul inquired of the Lord answered him not, neither by dreams. He couldn't even reach him in his dream. Saul was like, please come to me in a dream. Please. Right? Begging. What the freak is this? Ain't this witchcraft? In the Bible? Oh, gracious. Okay, look. So we got nor by Urim, nor by prophets. He couldn't get no prophets. That means they exist. Prophets of their time. Let's ring the bell on that. And I know a few prophets of their time that we ain't getting clout because we ain't in control of the larger media that everybody watches, which is their television. That's why I'm a YouTuber. I don't watch none of that bull crap because I know they lying about it and they're hiding stuff. It's so much stuff that goes unreported in their media. They can't report every goddamn thing that happens in the world. And they're not. It would really be in chaos. So look, he said, then said Saul unto his servants, seek me a woman that hath a familiar spirit. Okay. That I may go to her and inquire of her. And her servants said to him, behold, there is a woman that hath a familiar spirit in Endor. Oh, here we go. He couldn't do it. He couldn't get in touch and reach his ancestor. So you know what he did? He summoned a witch. He summoned a witch after he sent them all the way, remember? So they scared of us, but they still secretly come to us. Don't you think your president ain't going to no witch? Look, y'all. Don't you think these presidents and these governors don't know about these witches? They got some. They're married to them. Yeah. Don't think they ain't in the bed with no witch. Yes, they are. Hillary Clinton, a witch. Please. The Queen Elizabeth is a witch. Y'all better stop playing. This is how the game. And this is their most powerful weapon. Right here. They say it's one God, right? But we got all these different Christian denominations, and we try to justify because I'm a Baptist, or I'm a Jehovah, or I'm a Church of Christ, or I'm a Church of God. Baby, it's the same freaking Bible. So that means the same spell work, the same witchcraft is getting done in this mug, all right? You can't separate that crap. You can't. And I don't give a darn about who will get offended. This ain't about offending nobody. This is facts. You don't gotta be Catholic. This is their creation. It is. And it was meant to be dark and confusing and manipulating and enslaving. It was meant for all that. It's even some good stuff in here. It was meant to be like, see, look, we don't all do bad stuff. There's some good stuff in here too that you can follow. So it's good stuff in here. But it's not enough. The pros is not outweighing the cons. The cons is definitely outweighing the pros in this thing, okay? So y'all see that? Y'all see that? So he got, and Saul disguised himself and put on other raiment. And he went and 2 men with him and came to the woman that by night. And he said, I pray thee divine unto me by the familiar spirit, and bring me to him whom I shall name unto thee. And the woman said unto him, Behold, thou knowest what Saul hath done, how he hath cut off those that have unfamiliar spirits. Okay? And the wizards out of the land, wherefore they layest thou a snare for my life to cause me to die. You hear her? She like, so you pretty much, you know what she's saying? So you gonna send us away and put bounties on our head. People were told, if you see a witch, kill it. Y'all, my gracious, y'all. People were told, if you see a witch, kill it. They made it a rightful law to kill a witch. And that law ain't never been changed. They made it a rightful law to kill a witch, regardless of what her purpose is and what her energy was being used towards. They just wanted them all gone. But then he dressed up, right? Disguised himself to go see one. And that's how they do. And y'all still doing that now. You don't want nobody to know you got candles in your house, sis. Let me sip my tea. Yeah, this is good tea. This is actually some green tea. Y'all, you don't want your cousin to know you be talking to your ancestors. So you keep it a secret. You be talking to your ancestors. You be pouring libations. You be doing readings. But you keep that a secret from your family. Because you scared of getting disowned by them. You scared of being the outsider. I just went ahead and done it. I left. And I love my birth family. And I forgive them for not knowing what they do. As the great book says. But I was not about to keep being around a people that not identify the way that I did about what this is. And I came from a strict Christian family on both sides. Not as strict on one side as the other, but it's still Christian. And I was the only outsider. What was I doing? I be trying to tell y'all, no matter what family you're born into, you have a soul tribe. The soul, your soul never dies. You just keep on having to, you gotta think, we've been in a generational curse. This is reincarnation. So you've been having to come through portals. It hasn't been in divine order. We're getting back in divine order now. And it's not really been that good. It's a whole hot mess. But we're fighting to get back in divine order so we can stop coming in through the wrong parents. And actually be born back into your mother and your father, your soul tribe. We can do that. Let's ring this bell on that. Hold on. We have the power to do that. We have the power to reincarnate a brother and sister. Let's talk about this. True statement. Let's just use this as an example. Say that woman that just killed her husband and her children, and I think her ex-wife. If we wanted to, we could technically have enough women to do a ceremony with the pregnant women, right? They would have to agree to this, obviously. And they will agree, which is a sacrifice they're going to have to make. That what the babies they birth, they're agreeing to let a soul be reincarnated into that child. And they to come through your portal. It's a ceremony, y'all. It can be done. So you can bring back whoever you want to bring back. And that's some divine feminine energy that we're too far away from. We should be doing that by now. You could bring your brother or your mother right back if you wanted to. If they wanted to. Because everybody don't want to come back. Everybody don't want to come back. So, but this is if they want to come back. You could bring them right back through witchcraft, rituals, and spell work. And that's why they freely kill. They freely kill because they are practicing witchcraft. The U.S. government is practicing witchcraft. How many times when I told y'all the Star Spangled Banner is nothing but a song, a spell, celebrating the slaughter of the land of the free and the home of the brave ones, right? The American Indians. I done told y'all about getting nationalized. Everything they do is a mockery of the bloodshed. It doesn't matter if they're sorry. It does. If they really sorry, then fix it. But they don't want to do that. They ain't giving up what their ancestors built for them. They don't care. And that's why I be telling y'all, you got to get into the dark arts. That energy right there. They have no compassion. Okay, yeah, people put y'all in slavery. And yeah, we've been lying to y'all and taking all y'all benefits legally and making sure y'all in poverty. And yeah, we've been setting up y'all communities to kill each other and fight each other and never rise again. But so what? We want it fair and square, and our ancestors did it for us, so we get to keep it. I don't get to give all that up just because of that. So what do you think that means, y'all? Now, all of them not like that. All of them not like that. And most of the time, I'm going to be honest, most of the time, the ones that's not like that are the majority, actually, y'all. It's a true statement. Most people, they just show us all this racism on TV, y'all. That's the government doing that. That's another trap. And then they have, I'm going to tell you another thing. They trick Caucasian people into thinking they separate. You a U.S. citizen, too. If you ain't with their government, you can get treated like the rest. It don't matter what your skin color is. You a slave. They just use you in the meantime, if you're a Caucasian, to help them keep the real slaves down that they want to keep down, which is the melanated race. And then, but if you ever get out of line, they're gonna lock your butt up in concentration camps too. And that's been happening. They'll shoot you dead and lock you up too. They did that back then. In the Black Panther Party and before then. Caucasian people got hung trying to help us. They found out you were secretly helping us. You got killed. They don't show no mercy, y'all. They don't know. What's mercy to them? We need to start being together. That's why I say that all the time, honey. The Black Panther Party happened during the hippie era, and we was together, and it's time for that to rise up. I don't know about all that race stuff. So when people see me in pictures with Caucasian people or whatever, Asian, and a Mexican, Latino, yes, I believe in people that are living life divinely. Because there's a lot of our brothers and sisters that will stab you in the back. Let's talk about that. I tell you all the time, I don't deal with my family. And like I tell y'all, first of all, most people, the average family, I can't talk about y'all, but the average family are not in touch with their great uncle on a regular basis, if them people are still even living. So most of the time you deal with your immediate family, which is mother, father, sister, brother, cousin, auntie, and uncle. You don't really deal, most people don't, unless you was a real close family, like how my family used to be, because we were from a small town, and Chevrolet, you ain't had no choice. Everybody was stacked up in a house, because we used to live like that. So I do know my great uncles and stuff. I have a relationship with them, but that's very rare. Most people I run into, they don't know their great uncle or their great aunties and have an actual relationship with them. So that's what I'm saying. All that, y'all. I lost my train of thought. We gotta realize everybody's not racist. That's a lie. That's a whole lie too. That's a spell, y'all. That's a spell, because half the time we be hurting each other. I'm talking about it. I'm serious. Most of the people that have done me wrong been melanated people. Keeping it real. Most people that have done me wrong have been melanated people. Because most of the time, most people just don't hang with other races, especially us. The people that I hang around do. Like, I'm a diverse person. But a lot of people growing up, if you're in the hood, and you grew up from the hood, most of the time you didn't grow up around a lot of Caucasian people or people of other race. I grew up in Springfield for a little bit. I grew up in Chevrolet. I grew up in Rice Creek, Tennessee. So I've always lived around white people, as they say, Caucasian people. I've always lived in a diverse community, because that's how the country is. So all this stuff that's been happening here, I don't understand it. It was about, are you on justice side or not? And being on justice side means if they're doing wrong to anybody, Asian, French, Mexican, it doesn't matter, Jamaican, we don't stand for that. That's what it is. That's the one love Bob Marley was talking about. And that's why he even got killed. Bob Marley was talking about one love. One love. Agape love. I be telling y'all about that. We supposed to love each other no matter what. First. That's how you prevent any of this. War, it destroys it. It's an authentic love. It's not conditional. It's not restricted. It's not manipulated. It's just purely loving somebody for who they are and standing up on universal law about things. All right. So look, I'm gonna show y'all some more stuff. So if you didn't catch that, you're gonna have to go back and read that. So getting back to who Witch Endor was, the Witch of Endor, it has it, and this is on Google. Like I said, if you can't see it, you're gonna have to go back and go on my page. The Witch of Endor is a woman who, according to the Hebrew Bible, was consulted by Saul to summon the spirit of the prophet Samuel. Saul wished to receive advice on defeating the Philistine in battle after prior attempts to consult God through sacred lots and other means had failed. Did you hear what they just said? Saul wished to receive advice on defeating the Philistines in battle. Whoa, let's ring the bell on that. Now, this is how they be using witchcraft to win wars, y'all. Which is how we won the Haitian Revolutionary War. Through witchcraft. Which is what they showed you on Avatar. How they got the animals to fight for them. And got the universe to fight for them. And that's why, like I was telling you about the dude that was joking on me yesterday, talking about, the Wizard of Oz ain't real. The witch that was in black. Why she gotta be in black and her face green? Green, okay? Is the witch. That's the type of witch they were summoning. The black witch. That's why they demonized her. Because what did she have? She had them flying monkeys. So just get out of the idea that a monkey can fly. Just think about the fact that she had some kind of animal she was talking to, and they was able to obey her commands, as well as predict the weather. Which I tell y'all, that's what you call a sea witch. Okay? And how many people have they been saying throwing these solar fairs? And if you ever seen Hunger Games, predicting the weather, because we've been having crazy weather. Some people believe that. So if you can believe that the U.S. has the power to predict our weather and do the stuff that they're doing to our universe, you don't believe that a witch can? But y'all believe, so y'all give the U.S. too much power, and the power they're using is witchcraft. They're not gonna tell you that. They want you to stay ignorant. Okay? And illiterate. That's the whole point. Defenseless. That's what it's about. And that's why y'all gotta study. It's time to start studying, y'all. It's time to start studying. It's time to stop procrastinating about nationalization. It's time to learn financial literacy. And start getting trust and being fully independent. It's like we scared to take care of ourselves. That's really what it is, y'all. And that's trauma. That's trauma. Codependency is trauma. You got to get help about that. Y'all can book a read with me about that. Codependency is farther than trauma. It's more than family trauma deep. Codependency, we can't live without them food stamps. And the idea of never having to be able to have food stamps, to have taxes, to have social security cards, the options to receive help scares us to death. Because we're scared to death too. So it scares us to death because we're scared to death, because death is not supposed to scare us either. Because everybody knows that what they call death is eternal life. We do not die. We just lose these physical bodies. That's what talking to your ancestors is. Somebody is no longer in a physical body that you could connect with on the other realm, the ancestor realm. So we can't keep acting brand new about these powers that we've been having. Access to all our cultures. Most cultures in the world were originated off of witchcraft. We didn't come from a biblical book. That book didn't even exist when the world began. Just keep it real. Let's ring the bell. That's all I'm saying. God didn't create the Bible and create the goddamn world first. He created us first. The creator, or she, whatever you want to call it. The earth that was created. And it wasn't no Bible in the creation of the world. For what? This is a powerful source. And if you read the book of Genesis, it talks about the creation in the age of Aquarius. Okay? It talks about all that. The creation of man and woman, and how there was a female God and a male God that created virgins of themselves. He, she, and him, he. In the Bible. That's in the book of Genesis. So the bottom line is, these were gods and goddesses. Powerful sources that we come from. Ancestor. And the Bible is nothing but a tool full of spells and witchcraft to mislead you and keep you powerless and keep you defenseless and keep you confused and keep you codependent and keep you under control. Let's ring the bell. No free thinking. You'll fight for that book. And I'm saying this on some fact stuff. People will fight you over that book. Why do you want to fight me over this book that you didn't write, that you've never seen the author, that we know most of the people that in the book are not the authors of the book? So you had other people speaking for other people. That's a lot of information gathered around to just totally depend on one book. And then we don't read the whole thing because it's a lot. Most people have never read the whole entire Bible their whole life. If you, man, you haven't. Most people have never read the whole entire Bible. That's why y'all didn't catch all these verses about witchcraft. They weren't teaching you that in church. They do in them Catholic churches though. Yeah. Let's show you that. Because they practicing witchcraft in these Catholic churches. Look at that. I posted this on my page too. It shows you right here. When the Pope be having them bells and them candles and them chalices and stuff. And then putting crowns on Mary, the woman. What you think they doing? So let me tell you what they doing. They worshiping. They don't just worship Jesus. They worship Mary. Let's ring the bell on that. As they say, the Black Madonna and Child, which we know who that is, Isis. They worshiping Mary because they know that's their mother. That's really what it is, y'all. So they got us practicing it wrong because they taught it to us wrong. And then they actually practicing some things right, and they still doing corrupt stuff with it. Because they believe in blood sacrifice, which is their creation. So they are literally using our ancestral powers and gifts because they work. And they put their magic in it. Because anybody can create their own magic. So they believe in blood sacrifice. That's why they put the Last Supper in it. They ain't come from us. They added that in. They didn't come from us doing the Lord's Supper. They believe in cannibalism. How many times we done heard about Christian people? And then I'm going to tell you another thing. Anytime we've heard about cannibalism, like Jeffrey Dahmer, he was a Christian. Let's ring the bell. Jeffrey Dahmer was a Christian, y'all. And I believe he was Catholic. But don't quote me on that. Look that up for yourselves. But I know he was a Christian. I do, because I did a project on him in college. I was a criminal justice major, and his family used to try to force, his grandmother used to try to force him to go to church, and he was thinking about killing his grandmother because he was getting sick of her, because he was doing stuff in his room that she knew, because that woman was smart, and she went through his room. He had these fake bodies in his room pretending to cut him up. See, but he was feeding his fetish at first before he did it in real life, playing with naked statues and stuff. He would steal statues from like grocery stores or clothing stores. He would steal them, y'all. Man was crazy. Find a male statue where they dress him up in clothes and stuff and take it home. And his mother found one time. His grandmother found one. They be Christians, y'all. That's a powerful man. Listen, y'all, I'm not telling y'all this to be scaring y'all. And I don't really have to say that, but whatever. This stuff is for real. And we should have been done woke up. Childish Gambino been telling us this is America. I'm like, come on. It's like we're asking for it at this point. They just playing a show for us. And they just keep on seeing that we numb. And we ain't got no fight back. We ain't got no power. And that's exactly where they want us to remain. That's really all it is. That's really all it is. They want us to keep thinking it's about race. It ain't even about COVID no more. They already did the famine. We in it. We already had that. Now it's the Babylon has fallen. That's what's happening now. Elijah Muhammad predicted that. Babylon on fire. Why y'all think they've been having all these movies? The Olympus is falling. The U.S. is falling. Y'all remember all the movies? They always tell us what's about to happen before in the movies. That's their witchcraft, y'all. I'm serious. The TV is their form of witchcraft. It's a very powerful one too. The telephones, the one I'm video chatting y'all on right now, is a part of their witchcraft. And it so happens that people like me, thankfully, are starting to use it to help other people, to get from under the trap, and only using it for that. That's really why I'm on here. I don't really post nothing. I post stuff about work and spirituality and my jewelry. And yeah, I post a picture of me out kicking it and stuff every now and then, but I'm not posting my personal life on here. I'm not. I'll post me gardening and stuff like that, but that's it. So if I didn't have a business, y'all, I wouldn't be on social media. I was off social media. Social media it's depressing to me. That's what I only follow stuff that I know that's gonna help me rise. So when people get offended that I don't follow you back, it's not that I don't follow you. It's not, and sometimes I don't even know I'm not following you back. I just ain't focused on it like that. That's what I'm saying. I just don't care. Like, I care about what I'm building on here, and that's it. That's it. I don't believe in it to a point where I let it control me. I don't have people unfollow me, and I don't care. That's what I'm saying. That's how bad this stuff is. Do y'all know how many people done broke up over social media? That's childish. Because somebody humiliated somebody and put it on social media. And social media can be so gifting and beautiful and so traumatizing at the same time. It's everything. But it's so helpful and destructive in so many ways. I don't know people that had arguments on social media. I done seen that mess. Like, y'all really having an argument on a digital platform. This is so Matrix. So Matrix. Fighting with your wife or your husband, your kids and stuff. What has happened to us? They just playing us like a Pinocchio on a string. At this point, ring the bell on that. They playing us like Pinocchio on a string at this point. Y'all, it's a lot going on out here. I want y'all to see these things. So look, let's go back to, I want to talk to y'all about witch Tituba. She's the Black Witch of Salem, and she's actually an American witch, very known American witch. And actually she was originally in America. She went to Salem because she was summoned, like they always do, for the witches in Salem, Massachusetts, to help them because they was getting slaughtered so much during the Salem witch trials. So they was hiding a lot, and they had to find ways to send messages to each other. And a witch she know what she needed. She gets the calling. This is that telepathic energy. So it got right here, Tituba, the Black Witch of Salem. This study examines Tituba's role in the Salem, Massachusetts witch scare of 1692. It rejects the notion that Tituba was an African American or was involved in occults, because she was not in a cult, and she was not African American, because we know that doesn't exist. So it says, well, hold on. It rejects that, but it says, but stresses the multi-ethnic factors in her behavior and the influence of her American Indian background on the Puritan response. She was American Indian witch, which, if I tell y'all, I'm American Indian and I identify as a witch, as a shaman. All right, they had witches in India, Indians, everybody, Russian witches. What you mean? All cultures had witches. You better. Okay, so I got right here. It says her confession blending elements from English, African, and American Indian. So she was able to speak multiple languages. So, and that's why they always try to identify us all as African, because she could speak an African language. She spoke English, African, and American Indian notions of the occult, and linking folk. She said, and linking folk practices to a light concept of the devil was of particular significance in the shaping of the bizarre event. So yeah, she helped them. She was into the dark arts. Absolutely. Yes, I'm into the dark arts. If we getting killed, so we not gonna hex nobody? She taught them witches how to hex the men. And so all witches did not get burned back then. Some of them were smart and fought just like the American Indians back then. It's the same freaking story. It's the same freaking story. You don't think... I just explained to y'all that she was American Indian witch. So these are the same people that they were slaughtered. They were slaughtering us. We are the witches and wizards. Okay? Most of us was gifted. It wasn't just one person. They showed us on Pocahontas how it was that one dude that he was just doing all the stuff over the fire, which he was a shaman. Now, true statement, it's always that one most powerful one. That's truth. But it's always more than one somewhere. It's multiple. We always witches and wizards. We always witches, okay? We need to stop playing about that. We need to stop playing about that. Hold on, let's go back to this other one too. I want to show y'all. And I'm about to wrap this up. So, one last thing, okay? This one right here. So, getting back to wrap this up with the mark of the beast, okay? So, everybody thought the mark of the beast was that. Everybody thought it was 666. If you don't know, it's not none of that. And it's not this either, all right? I posted this. The mark of the beast is not this. And it's like I said, it's probably hard to see because it's so light out here. But it got the mark of the beast will be enforced. Sunday observance, which is willful rejection for God's 7-day Sabbath and his law. Because we're not supposed to force religion on anybody. And I had religion forced on me my whole life. I used to get in trouble and get punished if I didn't learn nothing at church. Because I didn't like church. I never liked church. I hated church, y'all. The only thing I loved about church was the music. When we were singing together, the praises part of it, the joy that the music brought, yeah. And even the fellowship. But the strict stuff and the judgmental stuff and that devil worshiper stuff that I knew was going on, sometimes I done left and went to the bathroom and threw up, y'all, after taking the Lord's Supper. I'm serious. Because I knew what it was. My mom and them used to made me get baptized and made me take it. And I was like, I was a kid. How you gonna force me to do this? I got forced to get baptized and take the Last Supper, y'all. It was the most depressing thing ever. I used to cry all the time in my room, y'all. I was like, how did I get in a family that I'm totally against this stuff and I gotta do it? Because if I don't, I get in trouble. I done got starved, y'all. Because I didn't want to learn nothing for Bible study. So my mama didn't let me get fed. My mama used to let my stepdaddy do that. He was a crazy military man that had some serious PTSD problems. And he was crazy. He was abusive. So she should let him beat us and starve us. And she wouldn't do that. And she would actually tell me that the Bible says she got to put her husband first before her kids. Because he's the man of the house, y'all. So she should. That's how sick. That's what I'm saying, y'all. I know this from personal experience. My mama was under this motherfucking spell. And I'm not okay with that. But I had to get away from my own mama because she under this spell. How you gonna let somebody beat your children and abuse them and starve them? What? That's what this Christianity will have you doing out here. That's the stuff. Now, I'm not saying everybody does it, because I know a lot of people that told me either they didn't even grow up with religion altogether, or they mamas and them wasn't that strict. Good for you. Good for you, okay? But let's go back to this. The mark of the beast is not about any of those things. It's about worship. It's about worship, y'all. This is spiritual warfare. And whoever you're worshiping, whatever you're putting power into is what's getting stronger. So if y'all still enforcing this Bible after we know the destruction of it and the power of it, because all the spell work in it, you're helping them and you're against us by default. I don't care what your intentions are. It was never meant to help us. It's a trap. It's a trick. You don't got to pray to it. You don't got to worship it. Okay? Here it is right here. You got right here. This is Revelation chapter 13 verse 12. It's about worship. Cause of the earth and them which dwell therein to worship the first beast. To worship the first beast? Okay. So when y'all see me putting the Baphomet as above so below, that's really the first beast. But they don't want you to know that. And that's why they worship Mary. That's why I just put a post on there how the Baphomet beast has breast. It's really a feminine, it's a woman, it's a diva. That's why Beyonce got that song, Diva is a Hustler. It's the woman. It's the woman. I'm the creator. I'm just telling y'all, it's hidden. Y'all gotta study. I'm gonna put some books in I'm gonna have to put some books on this. I do all the time, but if y'all read them, y'all read them. If y'all don't, y'all don't. Alright? So it got right here. The image of the beast should both speak and cause that as many as would not worship the image of the beast should be killed. So they trying to say if you don't worship this beast, you're gonna be killed. Now this is where it get tricky. Alright? See, this is where they start putting that manipulation, confusing you. So 1 minute we supposed to worship the beast, right? And we know what the beast is. And we know what their beast is. That's another thing. They use it because we seen the Satanic church. Hold on. And why is it called the Satanic church too? They have the devil worshippers, which is why this symbol is used to do stuff of imbalanced nature. It's that powerful. So this is where it get. So they telling you to make you scared of getting tapped into the Baphomet energy, which is the goat energy, which is getting in touch with and being on the divine feminine side, because that's what it's all about. They're like, you'll be killed. So that's how they get you to fear it. That's how they get you to fear it and demonize it. Meanwhile, they got a whole satanic church. Ain't nobody messing with the satanic church. Ain't nobody. They be doing blood sacrifices in there. They be doing sex rituals. Y'all remember on 300 where they had that, where Leonidas had to go up to those men, and they had that beautiful girl laid on that table naked, and they gave her something, which she was a witch, and even a sex scene happened. They was having sex. It was a sex scene that happened. Sex magic. Yeah. Sex can be used as a very powerful energy to tap into whatever. Open up a big portal. But it's a lot of work. So they had to watch. They do that in the satanic church. They doing the old stuff. Sex rituals. That's why I be telling y'all about the sex magic. You can do that with your spouse. And summon or get or talk to or whatever you want. And they're doing this. But why do you think they keep putting it in the movies? Okay? They don't want you to be scared. They just want you to be scared. So look at Sunday is our mark of authority. The church is above the Bible. And the transference of Sabbath observation is proof of the fact. Catholic Records of London, Ontario, September 1st, 1923. Thank you. This law got passed in 1923 that the church is over the Bible. This ain't nothing. This is their little toy. Y'all, this they little toy, y'all. This is a little toy that they tell you and make you think it's all about. They don't be following half the stuff that's in this stuff. And the stuff that they following, you ain't even following. They ain't even teach you to follow it. They taught you that it was devil worship and it was wrong, but they practicing it in the Catholic churches and the satanic churches. Y'all, it's crazy out here, but everybody worry about me. And or witches like us. Y'all worried about us. Y'all ain't worried about this, the biggest devil that's been on our planet for a minute. Y'all scared of freedom, nationalizing, being on your own. That's the spell. Y'all, that's the spell. I gotta drop this information, y'all. I'm passionate about this kind of stuff. This really all I think about, truthfully. I remember when I was little thinking about this stuff. I used to say when I was little that one day I'm gonna help save the world. I may not, people, you may not think I may not get to do it, but I'm gonna be a part of getting us there. That's how I knew I was a servant of the universe. I said I gotta be a part of making some positive changes amongst our people, and I would sacrifice my life for it, for the greater good, as a humanitarian, whatever you want to call it, because I just felt like it was right to do. What else is there to do down here? Because I can't fake it. I can't fake it. I have fun. I'm doing better about learning how to have fun, y'all. Because I can be serious, but I'm learning how to have fun more, enjoy life. I'm about to start traveling finally again. I used to travel. I still never got to travel as much as I want to, but I'm about to start. And by the way, every time y'all support me, y'all know I'm a full-time entrepreneur. I own my own home. If you know my story, I've been on my own since I was 17. My mama kicked me out. She let her husband kick me out. So I'm happy to be a full-time entrepreneur and have gotten through homelessness and being abandoned at such a young age. And then I'm in a position to want to help people, because I don't want nobody ever to go through the things I went through. That's a true statement. I don't want nobody to ever go through the stuff that I went through. I know for a fact I'm going to make sure that I'm going to be the best and healthiest mother and wife that I can be whenever that time comes for my children and my husband, because I don't want them to ever, there ain't no repeats of this. I'm the generational curse breaker. It stops here. And that's why I'm taking my time of being single and everything now, focusing on me and my own healing. It's not time yet. You'll know when it's time. And what's for you is for you, so don't even worry about it. If somebody, man, I'm going to tell you, I've been single so long, y'all. I done seen marriages begin and end. It be tripping me out. So I am not in a hurry to get married. I'm not in a hurry to get married. And that's not saying I'm living my life through other people's actions. I'm just saying I'm taking my time, because it's tough out here. And I'd rather just build my life and be healthy and love and happy with myself than take the risk because obviously we ain't doing something right. We getting married, but we getting divorced. So If y'all like this content, please like, share, and subscribe to my channel. I'm on YouTube at Sacred Energy Exchange 222. You can follow me here at the Flower Hootie Queen. Also on my jewelry page. I don't have any jewelry on right now. That's crazy, y'all. I did this live. Look, I raw dogged this live, but I did have my weapons, y'all. I had my witch coin, protecting us to make sure nobody try to harm us. Because like I tell you, once you do this work, you under attacks all the time. All right? So if you want to get those readings, that is Sacred Energy Exchange 222@gmail.com. I do have a pendulum now. I have a pendulum. And if you want to get a question, those are just, they are 2 question minimum. So that is literally my least expensive one. It's $22. And all you have to do is you have to have a direct question, and we'll go in and it's either yes or no. So you can have a good question, like you can want to know something like, am I going to be successful in life? Am I going to succeed in my dreams and careers? And they're going to either tell you a yes or no. So make sure that if you're going to get a question from me, make sure it's a fulfilled question. You can get a simple question that's going to answer a lot of questions that you have. So really think about the question, so if that one question can still answer a lot of other things. You see what I'm saying? So that's why I said two question minimum. 2 question minimum for those pendulums. And also check out my copper jewelry at the Copper Queen. Also Ajatsu UDJATCU. Y'all know copper is healing. I just posted about that. The Statue of Liberty is made out of copper. And the woman, the witch, the woman that played the Wicked Witch of the West, that had her face painted green, they used copper-based makeup. Literally copper particles in the makeup. That was the only thing that would give her skin that color. And there was a reason why they made sure she was a green witch. And she was the woman of color, which is Avatar and them. They was orange and greenish. Orange and greenish. And then she's in all black as the witch. They just don't, they showed you it and they made her look all ugly to make you think that's what they was. But now they was showing you that she was the witch. Alright? And she wasn't wrong. They demonized her like they always do. That's why they did not put the real Statue of Liberty statue that was originally supposed to go up in New York. It was supposed to be a melanated sister, and I post about that all the time. And they took it down and put the Europeanized version of her, and it was a copper one. Because we are the copper color people. We the Aboriginals, y'all. We the Moors. We the Moors. We the American Indians. Alright? We are the people of this land. This is our land. And we need to return. We here physically, but we spiritually not here. Because if you were spiritually here, you will feel what I feel. I talk to our ancestors so much, I can feel them. They proud of us, a lot of us, because a lot of us is here. So the Moors is done doing it, out here helping other people wake up, and people that's doing things like me, heck yeah, they proud of us. But they disappointed, and a lot of us like, how could y'all not know by now? They really like, how could y'all not know by now? And still playing around with this energy. This ain't how it's supposed to be, y'all. We ain't supposed to be being controlled like this. We not. We are wise people. We are wise people. We are the original people. So look, thank y'all so much. I had to express myself today. I didn't get on the live. I was supposed to do a reading, but I may do one later. This is an oracle reading. This is freestyle, and I was under the sun perfectly as the downloads is coming through, baby. And the universe is speaking through me, and the answers as well, okay? That's why I stay outside, all right? So look, get y'all some outside energy too, for real. I gotta get some more. I feel like my energy, you supposed to get moon energy too, but moon is dark, baby. I got enough of that. I'm a dark witch, so I got enough of that. I like the dark arts, okay? So I gotta stay in balance, so I get more sunlight because I'm already a dark witch. That's in me. I'm born to be chaotic if I have to be. So I had to balance it in the light, so you won't be doing unnecessary stuff like that woman that killed her babies. She wasn't balanced. She wasn't balanced. That's dangerous. You can't just be light, or you can't just be dark. You have to be light and dark. You have to be balanced. That's why the good witch versus the bad witch. I'm a bad witch, but I'm also a balanced witch. That's why I tell y'all about balance. I'm about balance. Yes, if you come near me and my babies and somebody ever try to kill my babies, yes, I'll cut your throat. Absolutely, why not? You try to kill my babies. That's not wrong. I'm not going to warn you after you trying to kill my babies. I'm going to slice your throat. So what? That's what I'm saying. They be trying to make you think that's wrong. She crazy. Did you hear what she said? Man, she said she'll slice somebody's throat. Heck yeah. Why y'all ain't doing that? Somebody just put their hands on you, try to kill you. You ain't gonna try to save your life. You ain't balanced. You a slave. So thank y'all. Please tell your friends about this platform. I'm gonna upload this to my YouTube page. So y'all can tune into that. Like I said, I'll probably do a little reading later. So I'll upload this, and I'll put all those Bible verses at the end of these videos, okay? So I'm going to ring this bell, send this energy back to the light, and thank y'all so much for tuning in. Earth, air, fire, water, spirit. Peace, love, and balance, y'all. Stay elevated, stay hydrated, and stay in tune with the Mother Earth, all right? Peace and love.